Hi, I'm Christopher for Health and Fitness The Truth, and in this video I want to talk about one of the most important concepts, possibly the most important concept when it comes to self-defense, and that is the concept of situational awareness. Situational awareness is a concept described adequately by its own name. You either are or you aren't aware of your situation and surroundings, and you either are or you aren't aware and ready to deal with any possible threats. Self-defense begins with situational awareness. Sometimes cops or law enforcement officers give community-based self-defense talks or lectures or courses, and when they are limited to one brief amount of time or one presentation, what they always bring up first and foremost is this concept of situational awareness. You could master any number of fight systems and you could carry any number of weapons, but if you go for a jog by yourself late at night at your local high school track and you've got earbuds in and listening to tunes and you're running with your head down just looking at the ground 10 feet in front of you, you'll have less of an opportunity to defend yourself if somebody jumps you from behind. Of course, it's inadvisable to try to maintain a constant state of hyper-vigilant awareness. And the truth is, you don't need to be on high alert all the time in order to make the best of a potentially violent situation. There are different levels of situational awareness, and it's helpful to be able to identify them and to identify what level of awareness will serve you best in any given situation. Law enforcement agencies, from city cops to Navy SEALs, are all well versed in the concept of Cooper's color code. Jeff Cooper was a Marine. He established a firearms training course for law enforcement personnel known as Gunsight, and he passed away in September of 2006. Now, Jeff Cooper was a pretty controversial character, and I don't agree with a lot of the opinions that he held, but he did create and teach a handy way of understanding different levels of situational awareness and willingness to take action to defend yourself. So this is Cooper's color code for situational awareness, and bear in mind, it was made specifically for law enforcement. But in as much as the concepts here are of self-defense, then they are universally applicable. If you want to better be able to defend yourself, you start with understanding your level of situational awareness. So Jeff Cooper broke down situational awareness into 4 stages and attached a color to each of them. So there's stage white, stage yellow, stage orange, and stage red. And I find it convenient to compare these stages to your levels of alertness while you're driving, because that's something all of us have experienced. So we'll talk about it that way. Okay, so stage 1 is stage white. And in stage white, you're said to be unprepared and unaware. Basically, you're oblivious to your surroundings. Okay, and we've all had the experience of driving from point A to point B, and suddenly we're at point B, and we don't even remember making the drive. You were in stage white of Cooper's color code of situational awareness if you've ever done that. So that's stage white. Stage yellow is described as relaxed but alert. So this is the way we should be driving most of the time. You're driving, you're paying attention to the road, you're paying attention to traffic signs and signals, you're paying attention to other drivers and what they're doing. That enables you to be able to act defensively while you're driving should the situation so arise. You're not oblivious, but you're not on any level of high alert. You're not even stressing out. There's no anxiety associated with stage yellow. Stage 3 is stage orange. And in stage orange, you focus in on something that might become a threat. Okay, so if you're driving and you are approaching an intersection and you're gonna go straight through this intersection. And as you approach the intersection going straight, you see there's somebody coming from the other direction who wants to turn left, which means they're gonna go in front of you. So they're there, and they're in a position to do you harm if they are ill-willed or if they are not paying attention. And so your focus narrows in on what they are doing relative to looking at everything else. Maybe they've even jerked the wheel a little bit but stopped, but whatever it was, it drew your attention in, and there's something that you decide that object or person X is going to do that will cause you to take further action. And if they don't do it, then that trigger isn't tripped and you can move back down to stage yellow. But if that trigger is tripped, you would move into stage red or stage 4. And basically what's going down in stage 4 is it's on. Whether it's fight mode or whether it's put the brakes on the car so that you don't get swiped on the side or the front by another car who's cutting in front of you, making that left-hand turn in the intersection. Whatever it is, you have narrowed your focus on something through stage orange, and in stage red, they have tripped the trigger that makes you take an action in order to keep yourself safe. Now, it's important to understand a few things here. First of all, it's important to understand that this color code is not a reflection of the amount of danger you are in, okay? The color code is a reflection of your level of awareness and your willingness to do something about whatever your situation is. So you could be in total imminent danger and be in stage white. You could be walking down the sidewalk at night and somebody's approaching you with a knife. The knife is drawn, they're looking at you, but you're in stage white. You're eyes to the ground, shoulders humped over, you know, listening to your tunes, maybe reading something, I don't know, but it's possible to be in stage white when you are in imminent danger. On the other end of the spectrum, your intuition could be so poorly informed about what represents a threat that you jump to stage red when really there is no threat at all and you could be in yellow or even white. If I've been taught for some stupid reason that people who look like they're of Mideastern descent are terrorists, and I'm walking down the street and I see somebody who looks like that reach into their jacket, and I think they must be pulling out a weapon to terrorize me and everybody around here. And I lay him flat, just thinking, not in my area code, ISIS. You know, now he's unconscious on the ground, and it turns out he was reaching into his pocket for a cell phone. That was stupid, and it resulted of your intuition, your level of education on what presented a threat was poorly informed. So it's possible to be in white when you're in imminent danger, and it's possible to be in red when you're in no danger at all. Again, the color code is not a reflection of the reality of your situation. It's a reflection of where your level of awareness for threats is at and what you're willing to do about that. It's also important to understand that there are a lot of, let's call them self-defense enthusiasts out there who think that you constantly have to be at a minimum of stage yellow. And that is a completely ridiculous notion, proven wrong by the fact that no matter who you are, you spend at least a fifth of your life in stage white. It's called sleep. And when you're asleep, you're pretty much unaware of your surroundings. You're in a state of your subconscious. You're literally unconscious. You are not consciously aware of anything. Also, you should be able, in the comfort of your own home especially, to sit on the couch and chill out, tune out, read a book, or whatever it is you want to do. You should be able to be in stage white when you're in your home with the doors closed, your family around. Don't worry, if somebody kicks down your back door, you will go from white through yellow into orange and or red as quick as you need to. Finally, your intuition is an ally that you need to listen to and then properly inform. That is something that I will talk about in the next video on self-defense. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any thoughts. Just write them in the comments below. And if this was interesting or useful to you or someone you know, by all means, like this video, subscribe to the channel, or share this video with someone you know. And know that there's a whole lot more coming on the topic of self-defense. See you in the next video. Dude, this is like the most boring drive footage ever.
Yeah.
There's almost nobody on the road. The sky is dead gray. The trees are dead.
Yeah. It's like a Tim Burton movie. This is a very suspicious thing to do, though.